This is an official Minecraft release, and you are one of the first people to see these features ever. From this X-ray thing in the ground and this giant orb, to bombs made of ocelots and secret developer commands that can be run even without cheats enabled, we've done hours of research to get access to this version and document parts of it for the first time. So, what exactly does this version do? Let's find out. I stumbled across this version about 9 months ago, and quickly noticed that most of the information on the wiki was very incomplete. In fact, about 88% of the commands listed were severely lacking data. With no access to the files, I had to compare the little footage available and made my own video about some of the highlight commands, asking if anyone had more information at the end. And then... this is Madisongs, who had the ability to run the version herself.
Yes, I have like 3 devices I can use on this.
Working together, we could try out a bunch of these commands and finally start documenting them. First, there's some commands that look quite simple at face value, but are actually a little bit more complicated than it appears, starting with /git durability.
I'm gonna hold a stick and then see.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, it says durability of stick 1.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And things like skulls you can get negatives.
You get negative what?
Yeah, if they use the damage as a modifier. Get durability of the diamond sword 1562.
Get durability giving different values for items that don't directly have a durability is fascinating. But what's arguably more fascinating is the /git part of the command. The wiki lists 34 different commands that start with /git. But interestingly, only 8 of them are present in this version. We believe that some of these are missing because some were exclusive to realms, which we can't test, but it extends even further than just the /git commands. In reality, 46 commands are missing of the original 115. Almost 40% of the commands that we just won't be able to access. That being said, it seems like at least a good portion of the info we could get from some of the missing git commands are available in another command, /systemstat, which can literally get things like your OS and computer specs, among other things. It's not /git?
iOS 18.7.5.
Huge, wait a minute.
What is my FPS?
Oh, that's a very good question.
No frames per second. No frames per second.
What's your memory size?
Nothing.
Yo, you have no RAM. Those are all the freaking /git commands that we missed out on. They were all supposed to be /git blah blah blah, but we just have to do it through systemstat.
It's possible that they were once all under... I mean, that seems entirely plausible, that they would change it. What are my paths? Oh my god!
Holy crap!
It just...
Wait, what? Now, there are a few more commands that are quite interesting, but do exactly what you'd expect. So we're gonna speedrun those real quick. AI goals shows what mobs are doing. Paths shows where mobs are going. Pause shows you the menu where you can change your setting.
Hang on, let me pause my game.
Wait, is that actually what it does? Does it just open up
That's
the pause
actually
screen?
what it does. Crash
ends your session of gaming, and leave world closes the world that you were playing.
I wonder what this is gonna do. Could have seen that coming.
At this point, we were making pretty good progress on the list of commands. I was working on another project at the time when Madisongs sent me this.
So I ran /spawnmob, yeah, and nothing seemed to happen at first. I think it's happening. Look at this lag.
I'm pretty sure this was just the result of a bug in the /spawnmob command because we couldn't get it to work with any other mob. At one point, we tried to run it with withers in peaceful mode.
It just crashes my game!
But I think that crashed faster than the /crash command actually did. But if you watched my previous video, you'll know there's one more command that we have to try, /fill drive. As a quick recap, this command can completely fill up your device's drive. But the biggest problem is that, theoretically, when combined with the /execute command, you could fill up someone else's drive, which would be a huge problem. We tested this theory with the crash command first, but strangely, crash wasn't recognized within /execute.
Oh, I guess the regular commands don't work with dev commands. That would make sense because that could be vulnerable.
This wasn't true for all dev commands, as /fly worked.
I guess Madisong's players already flying. I guess it does work with dev commands, but like...
So the question is, does it work with /fail drive? And the answer to that question is... no, it doesn't. Now, this is really interesting, the fact that /execute works with some commands rather than others. But that's not where all the interesting stuff ends, because Madisong's found something that's literally unheard of. To put it simply, there's a hidden settings file that can be modified to add secret settings, some of which you saw in the intro. The first one of these settings is auto subscribe and auto like, which subscribes you to our channels and automatically likes the video. But unfortunately, these are discontinued features, so you'll have to do it manually. Okay, in all seriousness though, I'm just gonna go ahead and let the discovery process play out, so enjoy.
For some reason, you can actually change a bunch of the dev settings in the dev version. Right, so if we show the chunk map, here's how it looks with the chunk map.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, that's where all these lines of renderer come from. It slowly becomes blue like you saw in those images I sent. Now it's actually like doing something. See this little white area? You can also like, when you turn around, you see those little like, and see look, you can see the biome in the corner, you can see your exact position down to the decimal even when coordinates are off. And it just persists over like everything. Oh yeah, show build info. We could see the build info in settings. Yeah, see look, build 809755, build date March 30th, 2018. You can see one of these just enables that without even showing AI goals or bounding boxes. The highlight actually goes beyond the bounds of the block and is completely weird.
Oh yeah, you can see that. That is weird.
And it's especially noticeable on these.
That is so strange. Ultimately, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Some of it we can explain, and some of it we can't. Right now, our goal is to get as much research and documentation done as possible. If you're interested in learning more, you can start by checking out my previous video about this topic, or I've linked a few resources in the description, including a low-cut, no-frills version of all of our testing. Or if you want to watch another cool video, YouTube thinks you'll like this one.